Ziggy Antonaja here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined here by Frank Smith at the Warrington 2 press conference. Obviously a tasty night ahead, Nottingham on Saturday night. Frank, how are we looking forward to it?
It's going to be great. You know, we've had some unbelievable nights in that arena in Nottingham over the years, and this will be no different. It's going to be a big show and a fight we've been waiting a long time for. Josh Warrington, Lee Wood, there's real spite in this one that maybe wasn't there the first time round, and yeah, can't wait to see who comes out on top. And the atmosphere between those Leeds and Nottingham fans is going to be tasty.
Both have had a bit of time out, both have suffered defeats in recent times. Who comes into this one in the better position, do you think?
They're both in similar positions. They both tested themselves. They both, had losses. But as I said, this is a fickle sport where those losses shouldn't write a fighter off if you go in and test yourself. They're both in a stage of their career where this is, for me, I think the winner goes on to fight for a title, a world title, and the loser probably retires. Not because they have to or should, but because I think they've done everything in the sport and financially been very successful. So I think let's see. Saturday night's a great fight. We've worked with both guys for a long time, and I'm excited to see it happen.
Across the pod on Saturday night, we've got Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios taking place. Obviously, Conor Benn, mandatory for that title. He's going to be there ringside, I believe. Rolly Romero's been mentioned for his next fight. What is the latest on Conor Benn, and when do you think he'll be out? What kind of route is he looking to take at this moment in time?
Yeah, look, he's going to be there. It's the WBC mandatory. He's in that #1 position for the winner of Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios. So he'll be there ready to jump in the ring and call out that one. He's in a great position, Conor Benn. He's got big fights ahead of him, so we'll see what's next.
Anthony Joshua, obviously, it's well documented what happened at the end of last year. How's he doing? How is he doing as a person, physically, mentally at this moment in time? And what has your conversations been like with him?
Yeah, look, he just needs time. He needs time. Everyone wants, obviously, answers as to what's next, when's he back, etc. But, it's very hard in the public eye for someone like him where everyone has questions, and it's like, if it was anyone else, you'd give them that time and you give them that space. Boxing is his love, and boxing will be the thing that keeps him, going and keeps him driven and motivated, because it's what he does day in, day out. But he's not going to fight until he's in a position where he's fit and ready and safe to do so. And I think, we just see how the time plays out. We're all here for him. I spoke to him the other week, and he's more than a client to us. He's a friend. I've been with him and around his career for 13 years now, and he's I'm very confident he will be back boxing. When, I can't say, but he will be back.
Tyson Fury, Arsenal bet Makhmudov. Press conference on Monday taking place at Tottenham Hotspur. Makhmudov obviously fought Dave Allen. I think you guys have got options on him. Real test for Tyson Fury. I mean, the first time in the world he's fought a guy near enough his size. I mean, how do you see that one playing out?
Well, it's going to be interesting, the time out of the ring for Tyson. But again, look, Tyson's a brilliant boxer that people have written off time and time again, haven't they? When he comes back from these breaks, or whether you call it retirement or just a long break. Makhmudov's going to bring it. It's heavyweight boxing, and that's the joys of it. We never know what's going to happen. Who would have thought Tyson Fury would have struggled against Francis Ngannou? That's why people tune in. It's intriguing, and I'll definitely be tuning in and seeing what happens.
Your mate Derek Chisora taking on Deontay Wilder, a fight a couple of years ago. People would have absolutely written off and said no way Derek should take that, and now almost comes in the favourite in a lot of the boxing public's mind. Seeing that go down at the O2, obviously big spectacle, feels like an old school British boxing night. How do you see Del Boy going in?
100%. I'm so happy for Del. He's more, like I've said time and time again, he's more of a mate to me than from a boxing perspective. And I believe Derek Chisora knocks out Deontay Wilder. The only problem with it is, he always said, get me my 50th fight and I'll retire. Like, as in, that's what you always wanted. The problem is he beats Wilder, he goes again. But then again, I've told him for years, on a level of being a mate, you should retire. But how wrong I was, But I'm excited to see him get that big win. He deserves the opportunity. He's been, just a great character for British boxing and continues to be so.
Obviously, the Dazn deal got announced yesterday. Was there any differences in what Dazn and you guys highlighted and what you want this next 5 years to look like in terms of the shows and the production and whatnot? I guess that's a side of it you take on heavily. What were the conversations like with Dazn on this new deal?
Just to continue evolving. We've entered into another 5-year deal. We've been with them for a long time now, but every day we're evolving. Every day we're working with them to take things forward and move the product forward. So that's an ongoing conversation. The key for us was to lock in those 30 plus shows a year all around the world to deliver for our stable of fighters, and I'm glad we got it done. We never wanted to be anywhere else. They're the global home of boxing, and it's been a lot of fun getting it over the line, and I'm excited about what the future holds.
Eddie and Dana White have been having a bit of a back and forth this week. I mean, he likes seeing you on the sidelines having your back and forth, but I guess seeing him and Dana go head to head, what do you make of that? Obviously, Zuffa being in their play into boxing.
Yeah, it's interesting. Look, if the only thing he can say is, you're a daddy's boy, then he needs to do a bit of work, doesn't he, on it? Eddie had a great upbringing. His dad was very successful, of course, but I think what Eddie has created is amazing. I'm not, people say I'm biased, but we're the global leading boxing promoter in the world. But look, to have a company of that stature talking about Eddie, it's all fun and games, isn't it? And it's going to be a fun little ride. We're going to have a lot of fun over the next few months, and it's going to be a lot more back and forth between the two of them. You can't beat Eddie at that, though. Especially when it comes to boxing. Dana White cannot out-talk or outsell Eddie in boxing. Different story in MMA. But Eddie is so immersed in the world with a passion and love for the sport that Dana doesn't have the same as Eddie. So it's very easy to talk and sell a product when you have that much passion, energy, and you surround yourself in it 24/7. Dana doesn't do that. That's just the reality of it. You watch Dana selling boxing or talking about boxing, it doesn't give you that energy of, oh my goodness. But that's not me counting out what he's done. He's a tremendous businessman. They've done amazing things. They're a huge business. So they're going to do huge things in the sport of boxing, of course they are. But they're not going to take over too easy.
Frank, as always, thank you very much.